Hello, my name is Sookio and I'm the founder of digital marketing agency Sookio, and we're based in Cambridge just on Mill Road. So what's an agency? If you go into marketing as a career, you'll meet people who are in-house, and that means your role is with one company, you work there all the time and you look after different aspects of their marketing. Or if you work in an agency like ours, then that means you get to work with lots and lots of different companies on lots of different projects. And we can choose to work with whoever we want to, really. But like so many other agencies, we have specialist areas. So some people we know in Cambridge, their agency focuses on web development or maybe PR, getting stories placed in the press. Whereas what we do is all about content. So we do strategy for people, helping them develop a plan for their marketing, but it's based around content. And I do quite a lot of training. So I help people to upskill in all areas of digital marketing. And then we create content ourselves as well. So this means video, lots of video production. We'll do podcast consultancy. We'll manage social media campaigns, which are always very, very interesting, lots of fun, particularly if you like rummaging through data. And then we do lots of copy, so copywriting. And what this means, it's all about words, really, to put it in simple terms. So we'll write the copy for people's websites, we'll write product descriptions, app store copy, press releases, all of this kind of stuff. And it's really fun. What we all love, what everybody loves in a company, is the way that every day is different. So you get to learn so much. So in one week, well, to give you an example, in one week I was going to train some people who run a yacht decking company. We had a company who do ophthalmic devices. We work with people in food, retail, quite a lot of education. So we're based in Cambridge. And as you know, Cambridge is really good on education with Cambridge University and, of course, Anglia Ruskin and all of the other companies related to that. And then there's lots of tech. There's lots of science. So we get to learn about topics that we didn't know anything about previously. And we get to go out and about a lot as well. So we go to meetings in all sorts of exciting places in London and Cambridge. And I've been to Germany. I've been on the beach at Cannes, all sorts of interesting things. But it's really important for you, if you want to get into marketing, to stay curious. So you do get to travel around, but you always want to be looking around you. You want to be looking at brands and think, well, why does that campaign work? Why is that a good tagline? Why is that video intriguing to me? What's the consumer response going to be? How are people going to react to this? Why is this going to work? And how can you create that balance between work which is creative and interesting and gets people clicking and watching and viewing and all these things, but is also meeting the brief for the client, because that's the most important thing at the end of the day for us. So we all love it. We're a really strong team. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to interview everybody one by one, so you can meet the different people who play a role in our marketing agency, from strategy to copywriting to sales and marketing, social media, all of these things, so you can get to know us a little bit more. Hello, Matt. Tell us more about your role at Sookio.
Hi, I'm Matt and I'm head of production at Sookio. I work with clients to produce video content for their websites, their social media campaigns, and also their events. I do a lot of sales as well, so trying to win that work in the first place.
And how about you, Marisa? What do you do?
Hello, I'm the Communications Manager at Sookio, which means I spend a lot of time managing social media campaigns and always getting creative with visual content. I also support our clients in helping them create brilliant content as well.
How about you, Clark? Tell us about your role.
So I'm the digital strategist at Sookio. My job is to support clients in coming up with long-term plans for their online marketing. I also work with Google Ads and social ads to develop it further. And one of my main parts of my role is to do the data.
Victoria, how about you?
Hello, I'm Vic and I'm the copywriter at Sookio. This means I write the wording for clients' websites, but I also get to work on scripts, blog posts, social media campaigns, all sorts really. Plus lots of marketing content for Sookio too.
And I'm Sue, and I'm the founder, which means I do lots of business development. And I also work really closely with our colleagues in sales and marketing and admin, just to make sure everything goes really smoothly behind the scenes. So I really hope you enjoyed meeting the Sookio team, and it's given you a bit of an insight into the kind of roles that are out there in marketing. And I just wanted to share a few tips with you if you are thinking about heading into marketing for your career. So what are the kind of things that I want to see when people apply? First of all, I really am making a few judgments on the way people even send in their CV and covering letter. So someone emailed me the other day and they'd written I in lowercase. And I was thinking, well, come on, this is a copywriter position. You're going to be writing for clients. I can't have any sloppiness, even in emails, texts, any type of communication. So really watch how you write, because it's an opportunity to make a really good impression as well. I'm not just picking out the things that people get wrong. So what you want to say in your covering letter is why you want to work in this particular company. And don't be afraid to flatter the people a little bit. Do your research, see what products they're making, see what services they're putting out there, look at their social media channels, and really say to the people that you're applying to that you're the right fit for this job, that you've got something to bring. And that's the other thing as well that people often say. They'll write to me and they'll say, I really want to work at Sookio because it will benefit me so much. But as an employer, I mean, that's great. I want everyone to learn and grow and develop. But I'm also thinking, well, what can you do for us? Show me that, talk about what you can bring to the company, the kind of skills that you've got. And the other thing, kind of on that front, and also it ties in with digital marketing. Digital marketing is changing all the time. So I don't expect anybody to come fully formed. They know everything. They've worked with every platform going. But what I am keen to see is this hunger for learning. So kind of an aptitude for it. I want people who are a bit handy, a bit proactive, who will always want to learn, who will be listening to podcasts and watching webinars and going to meetup groups, who are trying to stay ahead of the trends. So particularly with marketing, don't feel that you need to know everything going. I'd rather have someone who is curious to learn and who will soak everything up and put it into practice than someone that walks in the room all arrogant, like they know everything, because people don't. And so the other thing is to do some research. So find out a little bit more about the company. Social media is a complete gift. When I was 18, 19, 20, whatever, then if I was approaching a company for work, I had very little to go on. Whereas now you can do things like look people up on LinkedIn. And so you can find someone there, even if it's not the right person that you want to speak to, then it might be a colleague and they might be very helpful in giving you useful information. So maybe you want to get into something more visual, so like design, then you can always talk to someone in that department who might be a bit more open for a chat because they don't have people on their case all the time. Whereas if you try and stalk the boss of the company on LinkedIn, then he or she might be quite busy and it'll be a bit kind of, oh God, stop badgering me. So if you start a little bit lower down, these people might share some interesting information. And that means when you actually write the covering letter and you apply, it means you're coming armed with a bit more information, a bit more research, a bit more understanding about what they want from a candidate. So we do have a really good series of YouTube videos on this. I did an interview with a friend of mine, Kelly Molson, who runs an agency called Rubber Cheese. And my company ran a week of work experience in August 2020, which was all remote. And we called it Agency Bootcamp. And at the end of Agency Bootcamp, Kelly and I got together, had a call together, we recorded it, and we interviewed each other in a thing that we called CV Clinic. And so we've got lots of tips in what we want to see in people's CVs, the covering letter, and of course tips on interview practice as well. And it's very much from our perspective. So it's not some dry blog post from someone that's never gone through this themselves. It's what we see from this side of the table. So do give that a watch as well. And connect with Sookio. So go to sookio.com, sign up for our mailing list. Follow us on social media. If you just look at Sookio, SOOKIO, then we're all over the place. And do connect, and it'd be lovely to get to know you in the future.